Hey, welcome to the I Am Podcast, where we answer all the questions about spirituality and inner peace that you ever wanted to ask, and where we learn the secrets of humanity and divinity through a better understanding of both. I am your host, Sean Webb. Okay, so here it is, the brand new studio. I will show you more of it later, but you can see the backgrounds behind me are much better. You can see the lighting in here is much better. We have awesome lighting. We have 3 or 4 sets that we can bring you additional podcast wisdom from, which is going to be awesome. We're going to turn up the volume on this thing, and we're going to turn up the content on all kinds of stuff. I have all kinds of awesome ideas to put out, and that's coming almost immediately. So that's exciting. And I'll give you a tour of the studio when it's fully organized. We've only got this set fully organized at this point. So this week's topic was scheduled to be why fear can't touch you. And the explanation of that is extremely simple. If you remember in episode 2 and episode 5, there was a full explanation, very popular ones, as a matter of fact, that explained the difference between the true self and the false self. And the false self is the one that 99% of us or better walk around thinking is actually us. It's the thing that's in our heads that is defined as the mind's definition of self. It's our name, our body, what we see in the mirror, our job, the people that are attached to us, our kids, our spouse, our family situation, our religion, our life situation, yada, yada, yada. All these things come together and they create this mind's version of self. And that is actually the false self in relation to what spiritual epiphany can bring to us, which is an extra door of perception, an extra door of consciousness. It's an out-of-body experience. Some people call it a hallucination or a psychedelic experience or similar, but basically it is what is called the experience of enlightenment. And some of the contemporaries that have experienced it that are very popular to listen to, Eckhart Tolle, Deepak Chopra, Thich Nhat Hanh, Adyashanti, Pema Chodron, the Dalai Lama, some historical figures, the Buddha, Jesus. Yeah, pretty recognizable names. So when you pass through that doorway, when you pass through that experience and you experience what is your true self, beyond your false self of your mind, you realize the illusory components of your body, 99.9999% space, the rest is energy, and your mind, somewhat created by the corporeal, but also created by the illusions of attachment that are created within your mind. Well, when you realize that that isn't you, something really cool happens. Because the scientific definition of fear that the world will soon be accepting, because I've already run this by the PhDs at Georgia Tech and MIT, and they're all saying that I'm not smoking crack. We definitely need to get a book out, and we definitely need to write some technical papers, yada, 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 because this body, mind, spirit thing that I've shown you in previous episodes is actually some pretty groundbreaking stuff. The technical definition of fear is soon going to be, at any point, that the things that you attach to in your mind that become your sense of self, at any point the valuation of anything that's on that list is brought into question by your own mind, fear is the result. You experience fear when a bear walks out of the woods in front of you and challenges your body, challenges the future existence of your body, the valuation of your body. It comes into question at that point. That the bear walks out of the woods. Oh my God, is he going to tear off an arm? Is he going to eat me alive? What's going on here? At any point that you're scared to walk up in front of a crowd and talk in front of thousands of people, your potential valuation of self is in question. Am I going to screw up here? What is going to be the result of me talking in front of these people? Are they going to think I'm fat? Are they going to think I'm ugly? Are they going to think I'm stupid? Fear of the dark. It's not the dark itself, it's what's in the dark that could get me, the valuation of the me, right? And so fear is an innate response within our packaging that is there to help prolong our life. At any point that there is a question about our valuation of self coming into question, fear is the result. And the cool thing that happens is when you have that transcendent out-of-body experience that is enlightenment, this definition of self goes away for the most part and is replaced by this definition of self. The transcendent, the spiritual, the immortal, the unyielding, the all-powerful, the one with God existence. And so this gets shuffled into the background. Oh, it tries to take over again, let me tell you. But when you've experienced the thing that exists beyond your mind's definition of self, the cool thing that happens is that fear goes away, or at least gets put way back in the back of the closet somewhere, only to peek out every now and then you say, oh yeah, you're not real, and you push it back into the back of the closet again. Because the existence, your true self, the true spiritual existence, what we call spiritual, the transcendent, the thing that is beyond the body and the mind, when we experience that and it starts to replace our mindful self, this valuation can't be challenged. Once you've experienced it, you know that it can't. You know that it's infinite. You know that it's one with God. You know that it's one with the universe. You know that it's one with everything. You know that nothing can touch it. And you know that that's actually you. And so when this goes away, fear goes away. And so when we meditate and when we do the disciplines that help us clear our mind and reduce the noise and reduce our attachment to this bullshit self, fear goes away. And that's why fear can't fucking touch you. Because the reality is, you are an awesomely beautiful being of light that is in connection with everything, that is one with everything, that is immortal, that is transcendent, that is above this thing that you see here with your body and the subsequent mind that becomes of the corporeal interface. And the fear stops here. So when you flush your mind of this false egoic self, this false identity, fear can't touch you. And in reality, fear doesn't touch you at your deepest level. Because when you are one with everything, when you are beyond thinking, when you are in the zone of your existence, you are fearless. And it's only when you're stuck in this rut of mindful noise and this attachment crap and this other stuff that fear can get a hold of you, and you can worry about things and be affected by that stuff. But when you clear your mind, when you do your practices of meditation or yoga or chanting or whatever it is that you do, and you clear your mind of the superfluous noise and your attachment to this false self, you're fearless. And that's the place that we all need to exist from. Because living a fearless life is fucking awesome. Okay, so that's it for this week. Don't forget that you can get a free Audible book. I just downloaded Ram Dass, Fierce Grace, which is an awesome little compilation of a number of recordings that he gathered of himself over a large number of years that have been edited together. I don't know if you know the backstory or not. Ram Dass had a stroke and has been trying to recuperate for a number of years from that. It's difficult sometimes to recuperate from a stroke. And Dr. Wayne Dyer gave him a place to stay and gave him a little financial support, and is helping him organize some of his recordings about spirituality and about things connected with spiritual learning and the Bhagavad Gita and some of his experiences and yada yada yada, and it's awesome. And so his sales of his book are going to help him support himself. So I invite you, even though it's free for you, he will get paid. If you go to audibletrial.com/IamSpirituality, you'll get a free book, and you can use your free book to download Ram Dass's recordings, and he'll get paid, and you'll get it for free, and they'll even pay us a little bit. audibletrial.com/IamSpirituality. That's where you need to go. And if you support them, they support us. We really appreciate it. Until next week, be fearless. Talk to you soon. Peace.